There we go. Hey.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like the way that came up. Little countdown and all that little shit, and the beat dropping, and I kind of
What
like
you,
that. I
what you,
ain't gonna
what
front.
you, what you, what you thought you was doing something?
Hey man, I felt like I was somebody. I am somebody.
You was real official.
Hey,
You heard
that's
what I
how I
said?
felt. That's how I felt. I ain't gonna lie.
All right. Well, without further ado, welcome to the One Stop Podcast
But we talk sports and
and
all
all
that
that
other
other
shit.
shit.
We in
What's
the
good?
house. We in the motherfucking house.
What's good, my
Go
brother
ahead,
Ray?
say that. Not much, man. Another long work day, but you know what? A good one. I ain't gonna complain, man. How about yourself?
It's good, man. Busy day for your boy, but nonetheless, I'm here with the people because I got to give the people what they want, man. And they want the One Stop Podcast, so we got the One Stop Podcast.
No lie, I almost stole Jalen shit just now. I almost said, gotta get the people.
People,
I
they,
almost did it.
you
It's
know,
about to be
they
straight robbery.
ain't be the first time around them, man. Hey, man. So, what's going on today, man? We're gonna get the people some good. We got some good hot topics for the people today. So, I'm sure they want to know a
Uh huh.
little bit about some of this stuff here, and we're gonna hit on some things. We're gonna nice 1-2 punch, keep it going, and see what we got. So what's up, my brother? Talk
All
to
right.
me.
Well,
Talk to the
of,
people.
of course, what's kicking off right now? What we're all seeing right now is this trade. The trade deadline is coming up. The All Star break is coming up. So you know when the
Hmm.
All Star break is coming up, the trade deadline is definitely coming up. It's definitely about to go down. And there's been a few players. I ain't gonna say a lot. A few players that's been sitting out. You know what I mean? Now, first, let's talk about the potential trades that are out there. All right. First off, I'm looking at let's say a DeAndre Drummond. Right now, question: do you think Cleveland find a trade partner for them, or do they have to buy them out?
I don't think nobody really knows what Andre Drummond like trade value is.
Uh huh.
One, we're not about to waste a couple first round picks on him. Who are
Oh,
we
definitely
sending
not a
back?
first.
Yeah. So who are we sending back to get him? Like offensively, he's a liability, but defense, he can give you some defense. And honestly, the way that the league is going right now, defense is secondary. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody really cares about defense. I don't really know. I think that Cleveland's gonna have to buy him out, and maybe he can probably get his way to Brooklyn or get to a team that could probably utilize him, maybe Toronto. But I just don't think they know how to evaluate how much he's worth and what he's worth.
Well, what I see, you say nobody cares about defense. Nobody cares about defense until the playoffs, right? Because what
Right.
we did see in and that's what a player like DeAndre Jordan is made for, because he's going to give you a double
No, you meant
double
Drummond.
again.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah,
Andre,
DeAndre
yeah.
Drummond. That's what he's made for. He's made, even though he hasn't been in the playoff, you want a big man like him, say as a Dwight Howard, like a Lakers had last year, to go against Big Yoke, right? So
Right.
you need a player like him for the playoff. If we're talking regular season, he's not your go-to guy. He's not.
All right.
He's never been really your go-to guy. Like the last real go-to guy, big man wise, was what Dwight in Orlando. As far as
Mm-hmm.
like big man that play that back to the basket type deal.
Shaq.
So, well, I say the last one was Dwight,
Okay.
right? I mean, because
Yeah. Yeah.
Shaq, yeah, the last one who was running the team, who was leading the team, and was actually taking them to playoff runs and stuff like that was Dwight. So I'm looking at. I don't think he has a trade value either, only because
So
he has 1 year left on his contract next this year, and he's a free agent next year.
right. So I mean, he doesn't have much value, and nobody's trying to give up much
Mm-hmm.
for him. Could he help a team that's going to be a playoff team or somebody that can make it deep? Let's say the Celtics. Maybe. Can he help
They
Toronto?
could use him. They can use him. They can use him.
Possibility. I mean, it's some teams out there that can use him, but I just don't think they know the value for him, so they might have to buy his contract out.
See, I'm looking at it like this, right? I definitely think they have to buy him out unless your team, let's say if the Lakers and the Clippers, because they're both going to want his service if he's bought out. Like if he's bought out, he's going to go somewhere, sign for the vet minimum, because next year he's the top free agent. He's the top free agent for
Right.
next year. At the end of the day, he's still averaged a double double. You know, what I mean, his rebounds is crazy. He led the league in rebound for years, right? But if you're say the Lakers and the Clippers and you're buying in this competition trying to get him, do you let him go to the buyout market, or do you offer Cleveland like a second round pick or something like that to be like,
I mean,
hey,
let's be clear about this. What is a
uh-huh.
second round pick in the NBA?
It ain't
Honestly, if you're
much.
not
It ain't nothing, to be honest. It ain't really much.
like a second round pick in the NBA is like a damn here goes a kicker.
No, I agree. But if we're looking at it as who trying to get to him first type of deal, right? If I'm the Clippers, right, and I know the Lakers, I know he probably want to go to the Lakers. Like I'm hearing rumblings that man, he might want to go to the Lakers, right?
So now I think about this. This might really be a first round pick type stuff because at the end of the day, if you pick in 28, 29, 30 in the league,
Hmm.
it like good talent ain't falling that far. Do people get picked in those positions? Yeah. Does it really happen? That it ain't gonna be much, and nobody's trying to give up that much. To be honest.
Well, he doesn't have a no trade clause, so he has to go wherever the organization wants to send him. But I know he wants to be on a contender, right? At least for this year, he wants to compete for a championship. And the teams that
Right.
I'm hearing that are trying to buy for his services, your Nets, my Lakers, Clippers, Celtics, like they're all looking for that big man. So if you could tell me if I could stop the Lakers, the Clippers, the Nets from getting him, if I'm the Celtics, I can offer you a second round pick for him. I'm doing that.
So,
I'm doing
so
that easy.
So we got a question from Jacob here, and he said, so in between the Brooklyn and Lakers, which is kind of where we are, we still
Yeah.
working on some back end changes. But he said, with the AD injury, what does this look like for the Lakers? That's something that they actually try to move on because Anthony Davis' injury, it's questionable at the point in time. So
Well,
he
listen.
probably won't come back for like 3-4 weeks.
Well, that's why a player like Andre Drummond, sorry, a
Germany,
player like Andre Drummond makes sense for the Lakers, right? Because you don't want to bring AD back right now. Like you don't play around with Achilles. We all see it. You don't play around with it. They got him saying the reports say he's gonna be out 2 to 3 weeks, right? And if I'm the Lakers, if I'm my squad, I don't bring him back until after the All Star break. I let LeBron run that squad. I keep Kuzma in that starting lineup, and I run it that way. You know what I mean? Because at the
right?
end of the day, it's still a big enough lineup. I mean, it's not the tallest lineup, but Kuz like 6'7". Harold like 6'6", 6'7", maybe 6'8". LeBron 6'8", 6'9". It's still a big enough lineup where it works, especially if you
And
let
you're
LeBron. Yeah.
And I mean, you want Kuzma. I mean, even for Kuzma, this is a time for him to actually shine
Mm-hmm.
because he's been like, hey, I think I want to be the main man outside of LeBron James. Well, now Kuzma, this is your time to shine with AD actually being down. And I mean, you're not really looking for Drummond to give you too much offense. Like I
No,
mean,
see, the thing is, Kuz actually plays well when he's in the starting lineup. But see, for Drummond, you looking for him to be like a Montrezl Harrell type, but he's better than Montrez, right? You're looking for him to crash the boards, get those offensive rebound putbacks and stuff like that. So that's why he would make sense, especially with AD going down. Because if I'm the Lakers, I don't bring AD back. Not until I know for sure that he's even comfortable playing on that Achilles like that. I don't bring him back. So that's just my view of it. That's why I think the Lakers, if they're saying, "Yo, give me a second round pick for Drummond," you do that. You do that,
so
especially if
so
it's
so
for
what
buyout.
so what if they say I give you a first and a second?
Oh, no one's giving a first and a second for a 1 year man who's on the
I
last year of his
I,
contract. No one's doing that. Not a
I do
first.
that.
He's not going nowhere for a first. Only because he's a free agent next year. If
I
he
do
had an
that.
extra year or something, yeah, nah, he's not doing it. He's not doing it.
Listen, I just threw it out there, man. My bad. I'm just asking a question, man.
Yeah. So yeah, but with
Don't fuss at me, man.
So, but staying alone with the trade stuff, I'm looking at him, right, and they're also saying Blake Griffin. Now, is Blake Griffin over the hill? That's a
Blake.
question. Like, is he done?
Well, I mean, let's be clear about this. Blake Griffin was a dude that struggled with injuries early in his career. I mean, his
Uh
whole
huh.
career has been I can either bang to the paint, I can play all these positions, but I'm probably gonna get hurt too for you know 15, 20, 30 games a season. Like Blake is a dude that I think that he's over the hill. He has to figure out a way to get his body in a healthier shape that he can actually continue to compete. Like I mean, can he be a dude that's in your starting lineup? Yes, but are you going to expect him to give you 20 and 10? Probably not. I think Blake's best days are behind him until he can figure out how to actually stay healthy. It's just me.
Yeah. If I'm in,
And
well, Blake has like 3 years, 70 something mil, I think, left on his contract. So no, the Pistons I think would have to. I think both of these players that we're talking about right now will have to be bought out. Will have to be because nobody's going to take on Blake's contract. Like no, not any contending team, especially with his
No.
health concern. No contending team, and with Drummond, like everybody knows he's a free agent next year. So you're not taking on that 1 year. Like this is not a Kawhi situation where you can take him for the rest of the year and like hoping to keep him, right? Or like a Paul George situation, you're hoping to keep him. It's not that type of deal with them. Again, because Drummond is the highest. He's the man coming into free agency next year since AD signed the big contract, which now looks great for AD, right? Because he got an injury history. That's the reason he went ahead and signed the contract
He's another
because of
dude
his
that stay
because
banged up out there. Like I
yeah
mean,
because
he's
it
been
because of
fragile
injury
his whole
history.
career.
Yeah. So again, if I don't take on any of those contracts, I let those two players get bought out, and I do think wherever they go to any of those contending teams that we're talking about, let's say a Clippers or Lakers or Celtics, shit, maybe even the Raptors. You know what I mean? Because I saw that too. I think they're going to help them teams, but I only think a Drummond will push, say, a Lakers or a Clippers or a Nets over. But y'all got DeAndre Jordan. So what y'all gonna do with him if Drummond come there?
Listen, I'm not a big fan of Jordan. I'll just be honest about that. He just don't get it done for me. Like he's another banged up dude. I feel like when he's on the court, he's lost in space. The ball moves entirely too fast for him to be efficient and effective. I'm just not a Jordan fan, and that's just what it is. And that's all I
Yo,
got.
it just but what's crazy about this whole thing because it brings it to the Draymond um, conversation that he had in front of the media when they asked him because they were playing the Cavs. I think they're playing the Cavs last night. They're playing the Cavs last night, and he ended up talking to Andre Drummond before the game. And Andre Drummond was out there, kind of shooting around with the team. And before the game started, he goes back to the locker room and
Right.
then he comes back in street clothes. Now, what Draymond point is was surrounding this whole trade deadline stuff. Draymond point is when James Harden wanted a trade, he was vilified, right? Because he was a player wanting a trade. Whereas
But
you got Andre Drummond who wanted to play last night, but the organization is like, nah, we in the possibility of trading you. You sitting out.
so that's a business decision
Yeah, a business decision for
by
them.
the organization.
Yeah. So the thing is, why is it a business decision for the organization and it can't be a business decision for a guy like James Harden? Because he's a business too.
So the number one rule, this is what I tell people when it comes to sports, whether this is basketball, particularly basketball and football, when you look at most of these guys' career, their
Hmm.
career or their body is their business. So the number one thing
Yeah.
for most of these dudes that they want to do is stay healthy. So if I blow an ACL or I just happen to get a Ryan Shazier injury, God forbid that you don't want to see that happen, but these dudes lose millions of dollars instantaneously by one ridiculous move or a move or something like that that could probably be career ending. And so when
Yeah.
you see these guys playing, they're like, hey, I want to make sure I protect my body. I want to make sure that I'm doing the best thing that's in the interest of me. But organizations don't see it like that. They see a number, they see a bottom line. Are we getting people like before COVID? Are we getting people in the seats? Is the building packed out? How much is it going to cost to fuel this team? And how much money are we going to rake in? Now, I got a Braves shirt on today, and I'm a little off topic on this, but the Braves is an organization that's ran by, a company. So there's not like the Yankees where there's one guy in the booth like making the decisions to actually field the team and making sure they're decent. So you got to look at some of these organizations. They just care about a bottom line, and if they aren't winning, they want a bottom line. And for players, they get caught in the middle of this stuff, and it sucks. It's not good. It's bad business. But I mean, the number one rule in business is there's no loyalty in business. That's what it comes down to.
Well, the players looking at their bottom line too because the players' bottom
Right.
line is I want to win.
And I
You
want
know
to
what
be
I mean?
healthy.
Their main thing is I want to win. Like with athletes, they're never going to go through a whole season fully healthy. That's just not the way the professional league work. It just doesn't work that way. You're going to be nicked up, banged up somehow, some way. Everybody. You see all these players now when you see them later on, like their fingers are bent and all that stuff, right?
Calvin Johnson.
That's what I'm saying. You look at their fans stuff, it's crazy, right? But you don't know that when the season's going on. So I'm looking at James Harden who requests that trade, and I'm looking at what Draymond said. I'm like, yo, he's right. For me, he's right because you can't vilify one man. I get it. You're the owner. It's your team, right? But I want to be traded so you can get something back. If you're Drummond, you want to sit me out to possibly get a trade, and you might have to buy me out. So you're not even
Right.
sure that you're going to get some. For Harden, you're 100% sure that you're going to get something because Harden was still on a long deal contract, right? So you know you're going to get something. With Drummond, you're not even sure you're going to get anything. And as an organization, you just say, well, you got to sit out because that's what I want you to do. Well, if I'm Drummond, I don't want to sit out. I want to stay healthy. I want to keep moving, keep my body in shape. I don't want to sit out this game. Well, I'm the organization. I own this. You got to sit out because I said so. How's
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
right?
No. I mean, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
You know what I mean? So I mean,
It's
that's all
bullshit,
that
and
was.
it's no, and it's business. It's not good business, but it is
Mhm.
bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that when you look at the NBA, it's a league now where players kind of can control what the hell they do and what they want to
Yeah.
do, and so they have more power now. One, because of social media, they have more power because they're their own brands. They know how to actually brand. They understand business. They understand where their money's coming from, where it's going to. And if I don't want to play, guess what? I say, you know what? The earth is flat. I'm Kyrie Irving, and I ain't doing shit today, and I'm gonna take a break.
Well,
So
I'm looking at it like this. The trade deadline is definitely going to be interesting because I don't know what, let's say, a Blake Griffin got left in him or even a Drummond got left in him. But those still are some household names, right? Those are names that we still know of those guys, and those are pieces that we know about. We don't even know about the other little pieces that may. So I'm excited to see like what is actually going to happen with all this with the trade deadline stuff. Like it's interesting to me, with it coming up with the all. I still don't think they should do the All Star game. I still think that's stupid.
I mean,
I
it's
think
gonna be
that's
it's
real.
gonna be in Atlanta. It's gonna be in Atlanta, right?
That's stupid, bro. With all the stuff that's going on in Atlanta right now, when you're talking about the crimes and all that stuff, why would you bring celebrities here that's going to attract more people in a place that should be open anyway the way it
Well, I'll be clear. Atlanta is where everybody's side piece at, so they probably could use a break.
is? Bro, I don't even want to. I talked about that in a previous episode. I don't even want to get on that the way I did because look. Then I say I think that was Mayor Keisha. She comes out. She said, "Please don't come to Atlanta for the All Star." When do people not travel for the All Star game? When in the history of what did people not travel for the
For the
All
All
Star
Star
game?
game.
Come on, man! It's an
I
opportunity for a lot of people.
I mean, so here's the thing. Do you think, and we're gonna push to our next topic, but
Yep.
do you think when you look at somebody like LeBron that pretty much is the face of sports,
Yeah.
and he say we don't want to play the All Star game, the hell with it. You think if he gets up and rattle his cage long enough, gets on Twitter, Instagram, that we boycotting the All Star game, does it happen or not?
Well, LeBron pockets is deep enough because I think they get fine. I think all those players' pockets that's gonna make on. I think all their players' pockets are deep enough where they can sit it out if they want to. But it's definitely a money thing. I think they're going to probably gain a lot of money that they're losing from like not having the fans and not having an 82
I
game
mean,
format.
what did they lose? 5, 10 million
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it's more than that because you got to think about the TV deals too. You know what I mean? It's
per player? You think so?
I'm pretty sure that All Star game is one of the highest rated sport events of the year every year.
You
So,
know, at this rate, I've been thinking about it. Who do you really want to see the All Star game? Like, here's the thing. Right now,
okay.
we watch regular basketball games where you can watch the Brooklyn Nets score 147 points and lose.
hmm
How much more points do these dudes actually scoring in the All Star game to see Steph Curry run up the damn field with LeBron James? Do we
Yeah, I
really
mean,
want to see it?
to be honest, I don't care to, especially with no fans and no crowd reactions. I don't really care to. That's why I think it's stupid because the All Star game is about fan and crowd
Yeah.
reaction and stuff. So if you already told those players that it wasn't going to be an All Star game, then why are we even doing it at this point? Right? So that's where I'm at with it, and we can kind of move on from it. But look, the trade deadline is going to be interesting. I'm excited to see um, what comes of it. I'm excited to see if my Lakers going to get anybody, and we're going to make some moves where we can probably go back to back here, right? So, and moving on, what I want, what I was looking at, right? And I think we may have talked about this before, but it came across again today with the Pro Football Hall of Fame, bro. I think it's time to take the writers and stuff out of the Pro Football Hall of Fame stuff.
Ooh.
I think it's time, bro, because no disrespect to Calvin Johnson. He's a really good player for
I
his
don't think
nine.
he's a. I don't think he's a hopper.
I don't. All right. So with his nine season compared to a couple other receivers that are not in, even some that are in, he got some of the better numbers, right? But he was on a team that always had to throw the ball because they were losing. You know what I mean? They were
Right.
always trying to get back in the game. And I look at it when if you can sit there and tell me that T.O. can't be first ballot, right?
But Calvin Johnson
But
is.
Calvin Johnson can't, and Isaac Bruce can't be in, but Isaac Bruce got more reception and more yards than this man in their first nine
Right.
seasons, and got more yards overall because he played more than 9 seasons. That bothers me, yo, and I hate that it's certain people that can just sit there and make. These are a lot of people
Let's
who didn't even play the sport
let's be clear
ever.
about this. This is a good old boy system.
It is.
It's a good old boy system. If you look at somebody like the Baseball Hall of Fame, which is probably the most ridiculous shit to get into, to be honest, they're like,
Mm-hmm.
we got nobody inducted into the class. You mean to tell me these
Yo,
dudes
how you
played?
got nobody? How you have
But
nobody for your class? That's don't get me started on that. Don't even
because we get
start.
into this era of like, yeah, we 86 Pete Rose. Now we coming
Mm-hmm.
into what would be the steroid era of like Bonds and McGuire and Sosa. Looking at these boys, they're like, yeah, about that. So the best people at this time of the game that dominated the game, they can't be in it. I know we're talking about baseball. We get back to football, but
Okay, no, but
baseball
you
got
just took
nobody.
no, you just took me somewhere. All right, we're gonna stay on this a little bit, and we'll get back to football, because for baseball, don't tell me you got integrity and all that
Of the
stuff, and
game.
you care about the steroids era because you profited. You made a
You
profit
you
off the steroid
you
era.
made what's
You
that
made
one
a
phrase
good
they said? Big chicks love the deep ball, the long ball,
chick love the chick dig the long ball, right?
long ball.
You profit off that era, right? And when did you get integrity? Because baseball still racist as shit.
Facts,
Still is. So and
facts.
that was so what are we doing here? Don't act like what bothers me with baseball. And again, we'll stay on this a little bit, and then we'll transition out of it. But what bothers me about baseball, with it being my first love with sports, they try to have this goody two shoe look while turning their head at the same time.
Well, let's be clear. Baseball is a sport that I wouldn't say is a dying sport,
Oh, it's
but I
dying,
will
bro.
say,
That shit's
huh?
dying.
Well,
Ain't nobody growing up and say, "Give me a baseball."
well, I wouldn't say it's a dying sport,
For
but it's
America,
one.
it is, I think.
It's getting choked out after him. Let's go with that.
It's yoked up by the collar right now.
Yeah, it's yoked up. It ain't dying, but
Yeah.
it could be one of these sports where even when you look at where most of the talent come from, it's not from
Uh-huh.
America. It's not an American talent
No,
sport. Like I mean, a lot of these guys they're like from DR, they're from Mexico, they're from
Japan. Yep.
Japan. Like I mean, and that's why we glorify the Mookie Betts and the Mike Trouts because we want it to be an American base.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, them boys ball. They play good damn baseball. But
They're really
when you
good
look
ball
at
players.
the up and coming guys like Guerrero and Cunha and Ozzy Albies, like I mean, you can see that the sport is it's not as American as we want it to be. And I mean,
First of all, for most people, baseball is a hard sport to watch as it is.
right.
Right? It's one of those things you have to love the game to actually really watch the game. It ain't one of those sports that you just stumble across and you enjoy it.
Yeah, you want when you got to be a sports fan or you got to play
You got
baseball as a kid.
you gotta have some type of love for it. So for them to act like the way baseball act like they're basketball and football in America. Like that's how they act. They act like they're top, like they still top dog. Like
Well, let's be clear. They call it America's pastime for a reason.
bro, but we wasn't even born in when it was a shit. We weren't born, bro. Bro, they look. We gonna get all this, but I
Facts.
can't I can't do baseball because they act like they're such a good. Yo, you guys benefited from the steroid era. You
Yeah.
benefited. You ain't
It's a
giving
bunch
that
of
money. You ain't giving that money back.
it's a bunch of old dudes sitting inside chairs like this, having a good time. Say, nah, 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 fuck that guy. Nah, 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 nah.
Bro,
Not good. Not good.
you're not giving that money back. When Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa was going on those tears, look, and you're still making money off of it because you're doing 30 for 30s and everything on it.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
you're
mean?
making some money.
You making money. I don't want to hear about these guys can't get in because Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa saved baseball. Let's just be honest. They saved it.
Right, I agree.
No, they saved it. So
I
again,
agree.
the NFL, they're not as bad as baseball. I give them that.
So
Not
I
as
mean,
bad.
I will say the NFL does highlight their superstars. Now,
Yeah.
is it controversial? I don't think it's supposed to be a clean ballot to begin with because most of these sports are about controversies anyway. Like everybody's GOAT might be Michael Jordan, so other people it might be Kobe, it could be LeBron. But the number one position is never defined by anything. You can count rings, you can count playoff appearances, you can count records, scoring titles, whatever the hell you want it to be. But when you look at the NFL, they make sure that the people that dominated the game in their era at
Mm-hmm.
least makes a ballot. Now it shouldn't take as long as somebody for like uh Drew Pearson that played for the Cowboys to be a Hall of Famer. Like that, I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
that's
is that old buddy that came to the Eagles?
yeah.
Wild boy. Yeah, you wild boy, man.
Yeah,
But
that's entirely too long for somebody like him to get in. But when you look at somebody like Terrell Owens that actually dominated, like was he a locker room
dominated.
cancer? We don't know if he was a
We
locker
don't
room cancer,
know.
but the media portrayed that as him
Yeah.
being a terrible person. But at the end of the day, we saw a dude that wanted to win that didn't look any different than Tom Brady not shaking somebody's hand on the sideline or him cussing somebody out in the middle of a game. And you call that passion, but for somebody like Tio, you call him a head case or a cancer or whatever it could be.
But what bothers me is you got writers and stuff in there who never even picked up a football or anything. They just know they couldn't do it and love it so much that keep moving the goalposts for actual players. Like you got actual Hall of Famers saying like, "Hey man, what are we doing here?" Like, hold on, T.O.'s not in first ballot. Like, then
But
what
Calvin
are we
Johnson,
doing? But Calvin Johnson is.
I mean, from a respect standpoint, and I love Calvin Johnson as a player. If I had the opportunity to get on my fantasy football team every year, I kind of did. I'll be honest about
Oh no,
that.
he screwed me one year. I hate him for it. He
but
owed me about 600.
but my point is, you watch a guy that actually retired in his prime. Is that something more so of the Lions being a shitty organization, where you watch two or three people in their primes from an organization say, you know what, we out, peace.
First of all,
Um,
we already know the Lions is not made to prosper. Let's just be honest, man. When you have a coach and Jim Caldwell who got a winning season, you said, "Nah, I don't want him," and you go get Matt Patricia and he ain't never get a winning season for you. Like what? And then
Matt,
you lose. Then you lose Matthew Stafford. Like what is your plan? Like, Lions gonna Lions. We all know this, right? Lions ain't gonna never prosper, bro. Never. Your two greatest players in your history, well, two out of your
said,
three in your history retire early.
yeah, that just sucks. That's just
Come
bad.
on,
That's
bro.
bad. That's
You
bad.
ain't
That's
look, man.
bad.
The Lions are the bottom of the bottom, and if you're a Lions fan, I don't care. That's just what it is.
Listen,
Look,
hang tight. Hold on. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
it's
It's
gonna
gonna be
be
a
it's
doozy.
gonna be a long life for you, man. Look,
It's gonna be a doozy round quarter two.
listen, man. I feel confident in saying that I'm okay never picking the Lions to ever make the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship. I'm confident. Matter of fact, I'll make a lifelong bet with somebody who want to take that bet. As long as I could be 150. I still be
You
looking
get
down like Lions ain't
you
gonna do
get
shit.
you counting the lines out.
Bro, they ain't never gonna make it. Look
Damn,
at me, bro.
damn,
Never. They ain't
damn.
never gonna prosper.
I'm in
Detroit,
a
it's okay to move on to another team. Be a Chicago Bears fan or something. It's okay. Midwest, you good. It's
do
okay,
something
bro.
do something different.
You don't have if you're a Lion fan, you don't have to go to this. You guys are the only fan base that will be like, we get it. Switch team, bro. Be a Tom Brady fan. We get it. We
I mean,
get it.
they got a couple more years on that. He might be done after he
That
might
one.
be done after one or
Listen,
two more
bro.
years.
Follow somebody. I don't care. You're a Lions fan. You have that right. It's in the
Hey,
bylaws somewhere.
hey man, back to this Hall of Fame. I don't know how we got on the Lions, but
Okay,
no.
sorry. Are they
The,
trash?
Damn. Just came in and bashed the Lions. They ain't did shit today. They ain't did
No,
nothing. You
man.
just woke up. Hey, you got on that Lions.
Trash.
You got on that Lions seafoam Lions blue hat. That blue Lions.
No, I don't, bro. This is.
Yeah, that look like a Lions hat. Oh.
No, bro.
Oh.
This is a Charlotte Hornets hat in
Shit,
representation of a North Carolina Tar Heel man who owns this squad.
Shit,
You know what I mean?
They kind of like the Lions too in basketball.
You might know, bro. They actually make playoff games. Whatever. You might be right, but in the spirit of Black History Month, like I told our producer earlier, this is a black man who is the majority owner of this team, you know. And I'm gonna wear his stuff, man. I'm gonna wear it. I saw the hat. I like the hat. I bought the hat.
My bad. I thought it was a lion hat. It looked like a lion's hat.
I saw the hat. I liked it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep it. I made y'all made me change it around. I'm not changing it around for y'all. I'm gonna leave it just like this right here.
No, it's good. It's good. Listen, if y'all tuned into the One Stop Podcast, y'all make sure y'all click that share button, subscribe, y'all like us.
Yeah,
man.
Please share, man. Look, hope y'all enjoying the conversation. And if you're a Lions fan, I don't care how you feel. Let's be honest about it. I don't care if you feel bad. Look, if you're a Lion fan, don't share it because ain't nobody gonna look anyway. Let's be honest.
They talk about the Lions this year? Damn.
Nah, ain't nobody talking about Lions, man.
Hey man, listen, I'm gonna do something for the Lions fan next week. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something for the Lions fan next week, man.
What you gonna like? Show
I don't know. Listen, I might put a draft strategy together for them. I don't know. I'm gonna do something to give them hope.
Bro, there ain't no hope. Bro, stop, bro. The problem is you trying to convince a Lion fan that they got hope. They already know.
Listen, man. All right, my bad.
They know. Look, they know what it is, bro. They've been Lion fans all their life. Their daddy was a Lion fan. Their great granddaddy was a Lion.
Man, that's rough to be from Detroit.
Boy, they can't. It ain't even like the Cleveland Browns no more. At least the Cleveland Browns can say they got. You can see potential in the Cleveland Browns.
When I look at the Cleveland Browns, I see plenty of potential.
When I look into your team, trash, bro. Trash. That's all I'm saying. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trash. Genesis 8:18. That's all I'm saying. Trash.
Listen, I don't think Genesis said that at all, but.
Bro, read your Bibles, bro. You don't know your Bibles, bro. You don't know. Don't worry about it. I put you okay. But yeah, that's all I was thinking about that today. It was really making me mad. The fact that the Hall of Fame voting period is just trash. I mean, the NBA ain't really no better, but at least the NBA let their players in. Granted,
listen, everybody that played in the NBA longer than 6 seasons and had All-Star appearance gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
But you know what? I'm not even mad about it simply because of the fact that it's the other two organizations not allowing them in.
NBA, everybody get in.
So why not treat your players good on this side? That's
y'all mean got in, everybody get in. Yeah.
That's the problem. That's where the problem came in at. No lie. I'll never forget when he got in, I said they fucked up. I said everybody getting in now. Everybody.
And listen, y'all made an All-Star game and he was injured the whole season.
No. Once y'all mean got in, I don't care if it was for international or whatever. Once you let him in, it was over. It was done for, bro.
But you let Yao in, all right, Latrell Sprewell, you good to go.
Yeah, all right, Muggsy. Come on, man. Get on in here, man.
Hurry up before we lock the door. All right, man.
Let's move on from it, man. Good topic, my brother. Good shit. All right, so last topic of tonight from the One Stop Podcast. Look, man, we try to let y'all know what the One Stop Podcast is watching these days, and we're probably watching the same shit that y'all watching. In all honesty, you know what I mean. So we got it. Are we gonna talk about both movies that everybody's been watching, or are we gonna talk about one? How you want to do it, my brother?
Listen, you control the show, man. You tell me what we're talking about, because you know how I feel about both of those movies. We're gonna get into it. Let's talk about both of them real quick. We ain't gonna keep it too long.
We'll keep it short, sweet.
But it will be something that if we get some good dialogue from, we'll hop back on this again and we'll chat up a little more. But so I watched 15 minutes of this Malcolm and Marie movie.
You want to go there first? Okay, go ahead.
Whatever. I mean, I feel like, you know, most of our constituents, they've watched this movie and they say, hey, this movie's great. I watched 15 minutes and I fell asleep for like 5. But I didn't like the movie. In my opinion, it was trash.
Trash though, bro?
Others will tell me I'm wrong as heck. I ain't watched the whole thing. Well, I didn't get intrigued in the first 15 minutes, and I shouldn't have to work that hard to watch the movie. Like I'm just gonna be honest.
Bro, imagine if you did a project and somebody just said that, when somebody just say, hey, bro, I know your presentation is 40 minutes long, but I ain't like the first 15 minutes, so you get an F.
You know what? I should probably make sure the first fucking 40, the last 25 minutes is in the front of it.
Bro, look, I told you, bro, you gotta watch the movie some more. Look, I like Malcolm and Marie. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I know you didn't enjoy it. I know the producer, she didn't enjoy it. And if she want to jump in at any time, she
Whoa,
can.
whoa, whoa.
She was like,
I
wait a
didn't
minute, wait
I
a
didn't
minute.
say I didn't say I didn't enjoy it. Um
All right, what
hi
did you
hi
say then?
everyone. So I
This is
said
our producer here, Mika J, man. She's behind the scenes, man. She makes this show
She,
run. So
we
shout
kind we
out to
kind
her.
of made her jump in on this topic
yeah, I
because she
normally
got
don't
an
talk.
opinion.
I'm
Yeah,
normally
go ahead though.
quiet. Um
Mm-hmm.
so here's the thing. I never said that the movie was horrible. I think the movie was art. I saw a lot of art in that movie. It
Mm-hmm.
was
I
unique,
agree.
and I get what they were trying to do. Like if you like I was telling Vano earlier, if you close your eyes and maybe covered one of your ears, you can
Really? Yo, do you know how disrespectful that is?
hold on, I'm not done.
Uh-huh.
If you close your eyes and cover one of your ears, it sounded like it could have been almost Denzel in that movie, right? A little bit. So it
Denzel
You
wouldn't
could
just
sign up
you
for no
just
shit
you're
like
just saying that
that.
because that's his son.
no, but he
Denzel
really
wouldn't sign up for no
his
shit like that.
optics. Nah, he like they no, you can hear it. You can hear the
What you
voice.
what you think that moment in Fences was when they were in the backyard? That dialogue. That's what that movie was. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, it was
He wouldn't sign up for that.
Fences
that
was a whole
movie.
different movie. It was better.
No, yeah, Fence,
Troy.
but Fences wasn't original. That wasn't original though. This
It
was
wasn't. It
more,
wasn't.
this was more original. This was supposed to get us in a feel of, look, this is a real life conversation between a couple, right?
A
We
hundred
were
percent.
supposed to feel like we were in their home. We were supposed to feel like we were in their living room, in their kitchen,
In that
talking.
conversation.
Like we
In
were
that
supposed to feel
conversation.
like we were a fly on the wall. That's how we were supposed to feel. Now
That
granted,
movie,
I fell asleep on the movie too, but I
Boy,
still thought
y'all,
it was
boy, y'all terrible, boy. Y'all
I still
terrible.
thought it was a piece of
bro.
art. I still thought it was a
Listen,
piece of art though.
listen,
I
Go
listen,
fell
ahead,
asleep
bro.
on every movie though. I fell asleep on
bro. If you
Oh,
do
so
me a solid,
you just narcoleptic. Go ahead.
no, bro. If you do me a solid, look behind you. You got a picture of like what's that? Kareem,
Kareem,
Kobe.
Kobe, Magic, and Shaq.
Guess what? That's a piece of art, and it tells a story. I shouldn't have to work that hard with a movie to be like, this is a piece of art. Listen, it just didn't do it for me. Ricky Jarrett is a good actor in Ballers, but everything else he did, in my opinion, is kind of
Bruh, his
subpar.
name is John David Washington, bro. Be
Ricky
respectful.
Ricky Jarrett did a good job in Ballers. I don't know, man.
Listen, all right, so let me
so
tell you
so
two.
so
Go
Deandra
ahead, Nick.
said she said the soundtrack was really good,
The music
but it
was
was a
good.
different type of movie.
It
And
different.
I
It
agree
was.
with her.
Listen,
100%. It was a different type of
squeezing
movie.
all this stuff out, if y'all squeezing all this stuff out to say this was this, it had as a piece of art, it had a good soundtrack. I had to be a fly on the wall. The shit was bad.
No, let me. Can I tell y'all how I felt about the movie?
Go for it, brother.
Yes.
Can I go? Cause y'all seen to have y'all moment about. All right. So this when I looked at the movie, right? My wife and I looked at the movie. It was a house dialogue, right? That's 100% what it was. What it did was it drew you into that house, into a conversation that you may or may not have with your significant other. It lets you know, like, boom, how a conversation can you thought in at some point, and how easy it is for it to start back up, and how at some point neither one of them are really hearing each other because they're both trying to get their point across on how they feel. He's feeling like, yo, this is the biggest night of my life. You're making this about you. She's like, well, this is about me because this movie is basically my life. And he goes, no, no, it's some of you, but it's a lot of other people. You making this all about you because you see. yourself like do you know what the premise of this movie is about. So you see yourself in the whole thing where this whole movie ain't about you. The walk ain't yours. Right? The walk was another chick. The look of something was somebody else.
I feel like you taking sides right now, kinda.
No. What are you
I'm
I
just
feel
talking?
like
saying.
you taking
First of
sides.
all,
No.
first of
See,
all, that movie shouldn't have been in black and white, and they should have been arguing in the middle of
I
the
thought
city
it
with
was
people around
brilliant,
them.
bro.
I like the
Oh,
black and
whatever.
white. I like the
I
black
like
and
the
white.
black
Fuck.
and white too, and I
That
normally don't like black and white movies.
yeah, that's the part I
Fuck. Just
like.
say 1930. I don't want to watch that.
But it was a black and white movie, but it didn't feel old to me. It still felt modern.
It did.
All right.
But
Cool.
Rail, you taking
Cool story.
sides. You
How am I
automatically
taking sides?
saying, because you're automatically saying, okay, yeah, the movie wasn't about her. The night wasn't about her. Nothing was about her, right? And
Hmm.
and so basically, what I'm feeling from you is that you're saying that her argument had no grounds. She had no legs to stand on with her
See,
arguments.
So
but no, Vaughn, let me go. You see how you feel about that, right? That's what draws you into the movie because I can also flip it and go, well, she was right because you remember in the scene, Vaughn, you didn't get this far, and maybe you didn't either, and that's both of y'all problem. But there's a scene, there's a scene where she asked him why he didn't put her in the movie. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, by the way. She asked him why you didn't put me in the movie. I would have brought your movie to life way better than what it is. And she comes at him while he's chilling on the floor with a knife, and she's go back into her drug induced mindset and kills it. And he looks back at her like, yo, why the fuck you ain't do that in the audition? Right? So it shows him that okay, this movie may have could have been about her, so he really wasn't listening to her as well. It's the back and forth dialogue that have you fucked up the whole time.
so
You
That's
so
gotta watch
true.
it.
basically
I
so
agree.
basically I feel like this movie's a sexist piece. So they should have probably had a white man and a black lady, and then we probably would feel differently from a man and
No,
woman. Yeah, I think that would probably been better. But anyway, the movie was in black and white. I've seen enough. I'm good. Let's start with the next one. My bad.
bro, you can't move on like that, bro.
Like
You
why
got
why why
Listen,
first
why
of all,
dismissive?
listen,
I
me
moved on from that movie just as
first of
fast
all,
as something said.
this is why me and the wife we're going to do a movie review on it. And we're going to talk about it because I can't talk to you people who only watch 15, 20 minutes of it because y'all don't know what y'all talking
No,
about.
Hey,
Y'all
I
ain't
actually
even
watched. No, I watched the bulk of the
you
movie.
ain't
It was
watch.
the end.
I got a
I fell
question,
asleep
Ruff.
at the
Did you
end.
fall asleep on it?
No, I did not fall asleep on it because I enjoyed the
Did,
movie.
did you go to the bathroom for a real long time for a bit?
No, we sat there and we watched the movie. We enjoyed it. For us, it was a good movie because it had us in both of their corners for a bit, and that's what they wanted. Y'all know art, man. That's our problem, man.
No, I agree
I
that it
thought
was
you,
art. I led with the fact that it was
you did say
art.
that. I'm sorry. I
Listen,
apologize.
listen. First of all, how many movies come out on TV every day? TV shows. How many
A
times I
lot,
gotta look at it?
but
How many times I gotta convince myself that it's art? Yes, art.
no, bro.
I got it.
But these were the two most talked about movies, bro. Like that's what made me watch. I wasn't even gonna watch it because we was enjoying our Valentine's Day weekend,
Listen,
and we want.
people told me Bridgerton was a good TV show. It was stupid. Whatever. I ain't supporting these stuff no more. Just as black people, and it don't mean I gotta support it.
Listen, man. Okay, bro. You feel the way you feel. I'm not even
The
mad.
movie was
But
dumb.
that's just how I feel about it. And I say, and me, if you
Listen,
want, you can stay in on this next one as well. You look. People hear your voice right now. You might always stay in on this movie stuff as well because we're talking about Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh yeah, I saw
nah,
that
that was
last
art.
night.
Nah, that was
That was
art.
art too. That was
That was really
That's
good.
that's
that
a
was
good
a really
movie.
good
See
movie.
how this works? We ain't say we heard the soundtrack for it. We ain't say did you see the art? You had to get to the middle to get the point. It was good acting, and
that,
I'm not saying that Ricky Jared and the Disney chick didn't do a good
bro, his
job.
name is John David Washington, bro. Get that man name right, bro. Be respectful. At the end of the day, that's a black man, bro. Be respectful.
Hey, what's the dude from Fresh Prince name? It was Will Smith and who?
Who? Alfonso.
Carl,
No,
yeah.
Carlton. You know,
Nah,
no,
Alfonso.
it's
What do you
Carlton.
mean?
Yeah, Carlton.
Nah, the
Carlton,
man name is.
exactly.
See, the problem is, I know people name for real. His name is Alfonso.
Alfonso what? Carlton.
He's so stupid.
Yeah, Riviera or something like that.
But you
Look,
can't
man,
go wrong with a movie with Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith
Kalua and Lakeith
Stanfield.
Stanfield. Yeah,
You can't
I
get
think
Yeah.
go
Lakeith.
wrong.
Yo, I think Lakeith Stanfield is dope. I'm not even gonna
Yeah,
front.
me
I
too.
think he a dope actor, man. Like you can tell he's really one of those method actors that really get into a character. Even his small part in Get Out was impactful. Right, that little small
Right.
part he did in that movie. In fact, I think he a real dope actor. Now, he shouldn't try this rapping thing that he tried one time when he came on Preps Club. He shouldn't do that again. Like, let that go. I get it. You play Snoop and Straight Outta Compton. I get it, bro. But that he shouldn't do. But this acting thing, man,
You
I
know,
like him.
he's a good actor. Yo, so I don't
I
know if
like
y'all
him.
heard this right here, and it's for the people. So I read some articles about the whole setup. So basically they filmed most of that movie actually during COVID, and
Uh-huh.
so there was like typically most movies they got a part of it where they can do like resets and reshoots for the movie. They didn't reshoot the whole entire movie because they started before COVID, but they
Yeah.
finished it during COVID. So they didn't do no reshoots on the movie. So pretty much what you got was pretty much raw. So they didn't have like the opportunity to go through like second takes and third takes. But buddy that played Bill O'Neill, he basically had to go to the hospital just because he hated the movie the part that he was playing. That's how in depth that he was in acting into the movie. He's like,
Yeah,
yeah, I had heart
that's how those
palpitations.
method actors get, bro.
I mean, that
Yeah,
part
and
in itself, think about the part he played. That part
yeah,
has some psychological, like deep
Yeah.
seated things, issues with it. Think about the guy. Like, William O'Neill killed himself right after he exposed
Right
who
after
he
the
was.
eyes on the prize,
The
eyes on the
same
listen.
prize
day.
documentary. Yep.
Yeah, the
First of
same
all, we
day.
can't find that documentary. I've been trying to find
No,
it,
it's on
but you,
YouTube, bro. I was watching it. It's on YouTube. I was watching it
I've been
today.
trying to find. I've been trying to find it. I can't find it.
I'll
Send me the
send it to
link.
you. I got you. I'll send
My
it to you.
my my. my
I got you. I was
but
watching it today before I fell asleep and y'all woke me up. Go ahead.
oh, you fell asleep on that, but you
See,
ain't
that's
fall.
my
You
note to
couldn't fall asleep
exit.
on.
Cause I was tired, bro. But no,
No, but
go ahead. Go ahead.
no. What else? No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The movie was really good. It really was. But man, I got so angry at the end, man. Like, yo, my hatred level was at 100, man. For
The
real.
sad part. The sad part. That kid was 17 years old, and he was getting pressured by the government in the 60s.
Oh, was he seven? I thought he was in his 20s when
Nah, he was like 17 when it started. He was like
oh, when
17,
it started.
18,
Yeah, okay,
19.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
was stupid young. Imagine some of the stuff we did when we were 17 and 18.
I get it, bro, but
You
man,
know,
that junk hurt, bro. That
it
junk hurt
hurt
for real.
when his, they were all so young, and for
Yeah. Yo, he
It,
was only 21
his
leading the Black
pregnant
Panther Party
woman,
like
right?
that.
and
Yeah.
Pregnant, carrying his
it,
child, she
Yeah.
protected him with her own body,
That was crazy.
knowing that I'm carrying this baby, and if
Yo,
I die, this baby will die. But this
that
guy,
was
I'm gonna
crazy.
protect his life with mine. Like, and for them to turn around and say, "Oh, he survived," and
He's
kill
still
him,
alive. And yo,
like
that
that's
part, man, that part,
I'll be
that's
clear.
that.
Bill O'Neill probably ain't even dead right now.
Nah, I think he committed suicide.
oh,
Yeah, that's what they
conspiracy
said.
theorist,
So did Epstein.
Oh, here you go. Here you go on your
conspiracies.
conspiracy.
I'm
Yeah,
just
huh?
saying.
I guess Tupac's still alive too, huh?
He could be. That's all. They saw him in
Over there in
They saw
Nigeria
him in
singing "Hit 'Em Up."
yeah,
I will
in
say this
Tanzania.
though. Seriously though,
Uh
on a
huh.
serious note, I will say this. Um, it's sad that we allow the Black Panther Party to be destroyed the way it
Mm-hmm.
was and to be non-existent now because that was such a powerful organization. Why do you think the FBI was all over it? Because they knew that if it was still thriving today, like there's no telling what, like we would have literally have our own communities right now, which we
Do
should
you
have, which we earned,
do
which
you
we
know do you
deserve.
know why the
But
FBI started coming after them in like Illinois and shit? Because they were doing the breakfast program.
yeah, they were doing a breakfast program. They was
That's why they
feeding. They
started
were
coming at
feeding
them.
people.
Yeah, that's why they started coming at them because they were doing the breakfast program. That is fucking crazy, bro.
But
It's in
before
writing.
that, even before that though, before they came at them in Illinois, they were coming at Black Panther parties all over
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
were afraid of what they were going to become. Like,
Well,
oh, I don't know
well,
what they're going to become.
let's be clear about this. So Martin Luther King died in 1968. Malcolm X died in 1963. And you talk about somebody that was a part of like Malcolm X was more of the Muslim, the Islamic community. and that they were teaching black pride and self-awareness and all this other fun stuff, right? For black people to get their crap together because of the oppression that they've actually received. And you talk about somebody like Martin Luther King who died in 68. So you talk about these people that died in 63 and 68 that were the voice of black people during the time of civil rights and just black people trying to figure out how to navigate this land that's been oppressed to. So if it wasn't Bill O'Neill that was actually the person that was going to infiltrate the Black Panther Party, it would have been somebody else, and it would have happened the exact same way. So I mean, you look at somebody like what's his name, the founder of the Black Panther Party out of Oakland,
Huey Newton.
Yeah, Huey Newton. Like I mean, Huey Newton got drugged out and he killed himself on an overdose. So I mean, itself killed itself. But you talk about another powerful black person at the age of 21, and and Fred Hampton. Like I mean, we didn't want to see it happen, but I mean, you take every iconic black person that spoke for black people that was going to be radical enough to kind of actually have change. The government wasn't going to allow it to happen. So unfortunately, it probably could have still been one of his biggest things, but I don't think that it would have allowed it to happen anyways. And that's just sad that I got to say that, but that's just the truth of this country.
And Malcolm X died in 65, bro. I just wanted to
I thought it was 63. My bad.
Yeah, but it's just, man, I always think about where we could be as a people, man, and it hurts. And watching that movie only expanded it more for me. While I just looked at it like, especially after they shot him the way they did. I was like, I that's a movie I can never watch again. I barely even want to discuss the movie, but I know it's a hot movie, it's a hot topic.
Nah, I think I can watch it again.
I can't, bro.
It was good acting, man. It was good acting.
Really good acting. I'm not taking away from it. That's why I gave it its first view, right? But I can't watch it again because I get angry, bro. I get angry over the way, that the way white people were doing, bro. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's just a manipulation of the system, man.
That's it. That's it. Crazy, man. But good. At the end of the day, two good movies. Matter of fact, you guys let us know what y'all are watching. What are y'all watching? And we'll let y'all know if we think it's a good movie or we think it's a dud.
Bro, don't say two good movies.
Look, me and Vano probably gonna go as stupid. No matter what movie y'all say, I'm gonna give an honest opinion and be objective about it.
So why you put me in the same boat though?
Now, listen, and I'm gonna give the movie more than 15 minutes of watching it before
I gave it 17, whatever, man.
So y'all let us know what y'all are watching, and if we're not watching it, hey, we'll watch it and we'll come back and have a discussion with y'all.
No, Rella watch it.
I will. You know why, bro? Because I love the Stopaholics, bro. I love the Stopaholics. I love our people.
But I ain't gonna let these Stopaholics force me into watching stupid stuff because my time's way more valuable than watching dumb movies.
Man, there is no dumb
you don't
movie.
even.
Most of it is art. Like somebody had to take their time and write that movie. It's art. It's art. Watch
Bro,
art.
I've seen somebody have somebody's life script in their hand and toss it to the side like it was nothing. Somebody spent years on that script, and it was a guy who worked for Paramount. Bruh, he had it at a party. We were at a party in Cali, bro. He had it on a table outside at the party. Somebody's lifelong work. He didn't give up about it. He said, "Oh, this is trash. You can read it." Crazy, bro. But I'll listen to it. That's just me. I'll look at the movie. I'll give my honest opinion about it. I'm gonna watch more than 15 minutes. At least I'm gonna try.
Yo, can you stop taking shots at me like that? I appreciate it.
Bro,
I'm being very direct about it. I feel attacked.
Look, man. Look, you guys. Great show tonight. This was one of the good ones to me. I feel pretty good about this one. I feel pretty good. Can't wait to do the editing and stuff and then share it live so people can see it on YouTube. You guys, please follow us on all platforms. Please, we are on all platforms. We're on Twitter. We're on, of course, Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. Please follow us. You'll see the tags posted up. They're up there. Follow us. When you go to YouTube, subscribe, like, hit the bell so you can get the notifications when they come up. Like, we're really trying to build this thing, and we want to build this thing with you guys. So, we thank you all for joining the show tonight. To me, it was fun. But I don't know. Maybe my brother liked the first 15 minutes of it, and it was like, the rest of it's trash. I don't
Listen,
know.
if I gotta listen to you for the first 15 minutes, I'm gonna cut it off. It's garbage. Wanna hear that mess?
I was just saying, hey, bro, man, sign us off the
I
right way, man.
forgot.
Don't
I forgot
don't
how.
don't do it like last time. Look, thank you guys for
The
joining
student,
the One
the One
Stop
Stop
Podcast
Podcast, where we talk sports and
and
all
all that
that
other
other
shit.
shit.
And look, thank y'all. Hey, producer, sign us out, please. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. This guy's
This is
ridiculous, man.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. God.